versus Corey Buffkin, 25-03118. Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people requesting to practice under 8.120 under the supervision of Haley Gill.
Motion granted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Buffkin, who is approaching council table now.
Mr. Buffkin was scheduled for a jury trial today on assault and battery. His witnesses here.
They are, Your Honor.
Your Honor, today was my first chance to speak with Mr. Buffkin. I've been trying to reach him for a little while, have been unable to get through to him. At this point, I am not prepared to proceed with trial. There's been no opportunity to consult with my client regarding a defense here.
We had a final pretrial. There's been more than opportunity. There's been a pretrial. There's been a final pretrial. This has been pending to October. Today's the date and time set for trial. If he didn't want to participate in this defense, it's not your problem. You were supposed to prepare for trial.
Your Honor, I believe without consultation with him, given the facts here, there's no competent and ethical way to prepare for trial without meeting with him.
He did that to himself.
I understand, Your Honor, but it's still my license here that I don't believe is ethically permissible.
Today's the date and
to
time
proceed
set
to
for trial. Why didn't you return your attorney's phone calls?
I wasn't getting emails or phone calls.
You weren't getting emails and phone calls? Your phone number is 517-974-1411. And you weren't getting phone calls? When did you call them?
I called, I'm calling the exact dates now. I know it's early December, mid-December, and then early January, mid-January, and then again last week. Email started getting kicked back to me as undeliverable middle of December. Voicemails, I was getting phone calls, I was getting a voicemail that was full and could not leave a message.
Your voicemail's full?
I guess so. I don't know.
Not you guess so.
I work so much that I don't.
Yeah, we're not recalling a witness in here. Today's the date set for trial. You have two options. You're either, and you knew you had a trial coming up. You weren't guessing whether or not I had trial. You didn't even make any attempts to try to get in contact with your lawyer. We're calling in a jury, or you can plead to the charge. Which one do you want to do?
Call in the jury.
Thank you.
Yeah, may I have a moment to call my supervisor? Again, I do not feel that this is ethically permissible for me to proceed to trial given this situation.
You have a client, you did your due diligence. Everyone knew that this was the date set for trial. And the jury is getting called in today. We're running a trial. It's not ethically permissible for you to go back and forth with me on my ruling either.
I understand. I just
you made what you wanted to say on the record clear. I made a ruling. Today is the date, the same way I would have made a ruling if the roles were reversed and they did not have their witness. When they knew today was today's date for a trial, you would have wanted me to dismiss this case. It's also a disadvantage to the state and to the victim who came here in sub-zero temperatures after this has been set for trial since November. If your client didn't want to participate in his defense, that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you've had this discovery since October. And you've met with him more than one time because we've had more than one court date.
Your Honor, just to point out a separate thing, there is a witness not here. One of the officer witnesses is not here.
I think we received an email about that.
Yes.
That doesn't have anything to do. They say they don't need them to proceed. They're ready to proceed. The court is ready to proceed. And you were advised, we went through this beforehand. I said there will be no resets on the trials. That's why we have a final pretrial date. You had his contact information then. I'm assuming you all spoke then. If you didn't schedule a meeting then, I don't know what to tell you.
I tried calling him the day after that final pretrial.
You should have scheduled a meeting when you had him there. You know the type of clientele you deal with. This whole, and you have a history of, you know how long it took us to get through the docket yesterday because we were waiting for the public defenders to meet with their clients. And I recognize there's situations where things are outside of your control, but it can't be that I'm here all day waiting for you to talk to your clients. That's not permissible either. It's not permissible. And so if he didn't want to participate in his defense, it doesn't mean that the trial doesn't go forward. He knew he had trial. He did not return the missed phone calls to you. He didn't say, hey, I got a trial, I should get in touch with my attorney. He made it his own decision that he's not participating in his defense. That has nothing to do with your ethical responsibility to still be prepared for trial today. Did you tell them that we're calling the jury? Thank you. Next case. Record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Matthew Christie, 25-02579.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Christie. I was expecting him to be logging into Zoom from Bear River this morning.
There's no one here. I see a note from December that he was in Bear River. I'm assuming someone notified him that he was supposed to be here today.
Yes, Your Honor. I've put Bear River a couple of times with Zoom information for him for this.
Do we have a witness here?
Your Honor, I spoke with a witness as recent as last night. He's at a legal conference in Florida, but is able to proceed if you would be willing to continue to trial. He's represented to me that he will be there. He returns on Wednesday from this conference in Florida.
I'm not following. There was a final pretrial that was scheduled here. He was in inpatient treatment back on December. This was set for final pretrial, and the victim is an attorney.
He is. He's a criminal
Mr.
defense
Zaney.
attorney, Mr. Zaney.
So we know that he's, I guess, willing to participate. We don't even have the victim here. I don't even know how we can meaningfully set a trial. I don't know how long he's in Bear River. Do we know how long he's supposed to be in Bear River?
That I'm not sure, Your Honor. Last time I actually spoke with him, he was at the point of his programming where they didn't have a set date. It was based on progress improvement. When I called Bear River last week, for HIPAA reasons, they wouldn't tell me whether he was there or not, just indicated they would give him all of the information that I left with them if he was there. He did believe when I spoke with him at the last hearing, he would be there through, or just after the last hearing, that he would be there at least 90 days.
Okay, I'm gonna have this reset for final pretrial, and the court needs to send a notice to Bear River. On the record in the matters of the state of Michigan versus Darla Martinez, 25-03475.
Anna Buckingham for the people. Assistant Public Defender Justice Straub on behalf of Ms. Darla Martinez, who is coming to.
Today is the date and the time that's set for a final pretrial. This is for an assault and battery, 2 counts. Do we have witnesses?
Your Honor, we do not. This morning, our witnesses live in Ionia, and our office arranged for an Uber pickup at 7:05 this morning, but our request continued to be declined by Uber. I personally spoke with the victims as recently as last night. They are fully on board wanting to participate, and we would make sure they can arrive at the set jury trial date. We would ask that we continue the trial.
They were, so there was the responsibility of the prosecutor to get an Uber.
Correct.
Okay. There was no offer, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Continue to trial.
Your Honor, we would ask that this court dismiss this case based on the lack of presence from the witness.
They couldn't get an Uber. They made it a due diligence attempt to get an Uber to get their witnesses here. It's outside of their control, unless you want me to send Miss Fortuna Gill to Ionia to pick them up. I could do that, or I could ask them to log into Zoom. So we saw a situation where the witnesses just said we're not coming. The witnesses were relying on the prosecutor to get them here. Prosecutor was relying on Uber. They don't treat the roads well around here. They just had a snowstorm. So the same reason I didn't require someone in another case to come from Florida because of the weather. I'm going to set this for another, well, continue to trial on this. I think it's scheduled for trial on February 17th. Is that correct?
Yes.
I don't know, this might be Bear River. Who just joined? Any additional matters for the record? Also, your motion to dismiss is declined.
Not from the people. Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you. You need another notice.
We'll get your new notice to appear.
Oh.
Okay, this is the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey Martinez, 16-03-116, 22-01801, appearances, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Jessica Straub on behalf of Mr. Jeffrey Martinez, who is here in person, standing to my right.
Jeffrey Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
We have two cases, domestic violence, one from 2016, one from 2022. We have witnesses.
Your Honor, the people will be nollying these cases due to non-appearance of necessary witness.
I'm assuming there's no objection to that. We'll get you a copy of the dismissal for just a moment, okay, sir? Who is on the unlicensed room device? You need to unmute and tell me your name.
Jada Porter.
The record in the matters of the state of Michigan versus Elise Masaya, 25-02048 to 25-02073. Appearances, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Elise Messias, who is here. I'm standing to my right.
People will be nollying these cases due to non-appearance of necessary witness.
Cases dismissed without prejudice. They do have the right to reissue this against you in the statutory timeframe. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions, ma'am? Get you a copy of this, Ms. Orleman. State of Michigan versus Michaela Mezzo, 25-03559. Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Has your office had contact with him?
I am not sure. Of the moment.
Which one? Oh, yeah. There we go.
It does look like, Your Honor, we have tried to reach out to Ms. Mezzo. We just recently received a return mail due to a bad address.
Okay, what's your benchmark and bond forfeiture? State of Michigan versus Brandon Toledo, 25-03416. I saw Mr. Carter, but I don't know anymore. Council appearance.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
May it please the court, David B. Carter Jr. for the defendant.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for final pretrial. This is for stalking and malicious destruction of property. Do we have witnesses here?
We do, Your Honor.
Was there an offer?
There is an offer for a plea to the stalking count, removal of the MDOP with restitution for the damage done.
Mike, I've had a brief discussion with my client and he does wish to take that. I have not gone over his advice of rights. If you want to call another case and let me do that, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay. We'll call that one back. State of Michigan versus David Scott, 25-03264. Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
More, Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Scott, who is approaching council table now.
Mr. Scott has a pretrial today for a larceny. Was there an offer?
There was, Your Honor. The people would be willing to do the $81.90 restitution and dismissal of the charge.
Eric, to be clear, that's not an offer that's been conveyed.
$81.90 in restitution
Yes, for the item that was taken
with a full dismissal.
with authorization from our unit chief.
If I can have a moment, that's not an offer I've had conveyed to me before.
Absolutely, and I'm not able to dismiss it until after he pays the restitution, of course, because we can't track it. So if you want to talk to him.
Yes, thank you. Your Honor, and I very much apologize. May we go Maybe approach the bench.
Who's here?
He just ran to the restroom, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's why I don't use it.
Yeah.
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 Back on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus David Christopher Scott.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Scott, who's standing to my right.
Okay, so the offer was for him to pay restitution of $81.90. And that the prosecution will dismiss the case. Does he want to accept that offer?
I apologize, Your Honor.
Does he want to accept that?
Yes,
offer?
Your Honor.
When is he gonna pay?
The first of the month is what he just indicated to me.
Okay, if I could get a Molly, I'll put that also in the, or in the file, and then we'll hold that until the first. Let's see, I'm gonna reset this to that date.
Thank you.
We'll do this, I guess, the third. February.
First is a
It'll be
Sunday.
February 3rd. February 3rd.
Would you mind having the due date for him to do the second then?
We're gonna set the court date February 3rd,
Thank you.
February 9th, February 9th at 9. At
Sorry,
9.
February 3rd at 9.
February 3rd at 9. Okay. And so, once he makes that payment, I'll sign the Molly. Obviously, if you pay before the 3rd, just send proof to your attorney. Let your attorney know, and that way you don't have to come in here on the 3rd, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any additional matters on this file?
Nothing further.
Is Mr. Buffkin ready?
Yes, Your Honor, he's just in a conference room. I'll grab him.
Your Honor, may I release the witnesses from the Buckman case?
Well, not until the plea is entered.
Mr. Sol is back.
You can sit that in the other one. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Corey Buffkin. This is 25-03118.
Hannah Buckingham for the people.
Morning, Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender, Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Buffett, who is approaching council table now.
Okay, so Mr. Buffkin, my understanding is that you would now like to enter a plea to this original charge.
That is correct.
Okay, charges assault and battery. Do you have an advice of rights?
I do not, Your Honor. Make sure. Oh, sorry, that's the same exact thing, it's just a carbon copy, which is that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? You can put your hand down. Okay, Mr. Buckley, you understand that today being the date and time set for your trial, that you have the right to maintain innocence. You have that presumption, and that presumption will proceed throughout a trial. You understand that? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and at the time of trial, the prosecutor would have to prove each element of the charge of assault and battery beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to question or cross-examine any witnesses that they call to testify against you, the right to call your own witnesses to testify on your behalf, and the right for you to take the stand, or you can maintain your silence and not have silence be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you're willing to give up those rights today to plead guilty?
Yes.
Is anyone coercing you to do that?
No.
Any promises extended if you plead guilty? Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that by pleading guilty, it could result in a conviction that you may need to report to a current employer.
Yes.
It also could result in a conviction that you might need to put on a future job application, and it could have impact on where you can travel or get immigration status. You understand that?
Yes.
As to the charge of assault and battery, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. Is it true that on or about October 15th of 2025, you were present at or near 612 Leslie Street?
Yes.
Is that in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, were you present with an individual named Jennifer Feldpausch?
Yes.
And is it true that while you were present with her, there was some kind of a verbal argument between the two of you?
Yes.
And at some point during that verbal argument, you did touch her in a way that she did not want, like a push or something?
Yes.
And is it true that that was against her wishes
Yes.
and not in self-defense? Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
People are satisfied now.
The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Said we do have the victim here, correct?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
I have his criminal history. Any objection to immediate sentencing?
Your Honor.
I'd request it.
I don't want to make a statement at all.
Your Honor, I would have to check in. Is that okay? Thank you.
Would you like us to stand by, Your Honor, or just stay here?
You can stand by because I gotta get his phone. too. Let's see. Oh, he can go up there. There's a seat over there. You can sit over there.
Thank you.
Jada Porter is a show cause. Yeah. Jada Porter, I need to see your face. On the record in the matters of City of Lansing versus Jada Porter. I have 25L2959442 and then 441. Ms. Porter, these were set for show cause because looks like you have balances on them.
Yes.
You owe $50 on one, 45 on the other. They must have made some payments or was on a payment plan. Did you fall off the payment plan, ma'am?
No, I had my son and my father passed away and we had COVID and my client that I was working for had went to the hospital, got her leg amputated. So it's just, I know that don't mean you don't pay your tickets, but it kind of slipped my mind, but I'll be able to pay this Friday when I get paid.
Okay, so you weren't working, and then how much you gonna pay? on
The rest of
Friday?
the remaining amount.
If you need an extension, ma'am, you just have to reach out to the court. You can't just not pay it, and because what happens is the clerk's office triggers us to follow up on it. So next time they ask to follow up, it usually goes to big warrant. So just reach out if you need an extension, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
What you doing? What you doing? I love you so much.
Well, that was weird.
Remove her, please. Who did you say was here? Sorry, who did you say was that? Oh, Abdul Rasul?
Yes.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan, I'll have fees Abdul Rasul 25-03798. Yes, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Justice Rob on behalf of Mr. Abdurrasol, who is standing to my right.
Okay, so we have an interpreter. Why do we have another interpreter on Zoom?
These were one of the show causes.
Oh, it was not, there's nothing else highlighted. Okay. Okay, can you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll interpret in the matter before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communication?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Today was the date set for a pre-trial. This is for an emergency telephone.
Unlawful use of emergency services, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the people are offering consent.
That offer was just communicated this morning, Your Honor, and so my client would like a little bit of time to consider it. We would move to final pretrial court.
Penalty.
One moment, Your Honor.
90 days for attempt, 180 or 5,000 for the charge.
The final free trial, February 10th.
February 10th at 8 a.m.
10 شباط الساعة 8 الصبح. المحكمة الثانية يوم 10 شباط الشهر القادم 10 بالشهر الساعة 8 الصبح.
Do you understand the offer, sir?
كانت العرض اللي قدموه لك إياه.
Okay. And you're gonna consider the offer?
أنت راح تكتب الموضوع؟ راح تكتب الموضوع اللي قدموه لك إياه. العرض اللي قدموه لك إياه راح تفكر فيه. راح توزن بالقضية يعني اللي تدفع لهم الفلوس ما راح تكتب الموضوع. يعني أنا مش فاهم. ما فهمت شو. He said, I don't quite understand. So
That's
I'm
what
trying
I
to
want to make
explain.
sure before I release him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
you're
can-
being charged with misuse of 911 services.
هلا انت بتفهم المشاهدة يعني هذا الشرعي ده خط الطوارئ متصل بالطوارئ فمعاك اللائحة بتقول في القانون لها الاشياء $500 او 180 بالسنة ولكن المدعي العام قدم عرض عرض نسبة.
It sounds like you're saying a lot more than what I just said.
I'm trying to explain to him what the process was and what.
No. You don't get to do that. You get to interpret what I say. Because what you're doing is giving legal advice. You can only interpret what we say. Okay? Okay, you're being charged with misuse of emergency services. You understand that?
تهمة موجهة إليك أنت الاستعمال الغير شرعي لخط الطوارئ. هل أنت فهمان التهمة هذه؟
We're just only asking if he understands the charge, because I don't want him to say anything that could be used against him.
بس جاوب على السؤال. فهمان التهمة ولا لا؟ Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's a misdemeanor criminal act, and the maximum sentence is 180 days in jail and or $5,000 in fines.
هاي تهمة بسيطة هاي والغرامة $500 أو 180 يوم بالسجن.
You understand?
فهمت عليها؟
The prosecutor is offering a reduction for you to plead guilty to an attempted misuse.
المدعي العام عم بيقدم لك عرض على أساس إنه إذا أنت متسلك مذنب بيكون نصف الكمية.
You understand that?
تفهم الموضوع؟ فهمت الموضوع؟ أنا مشكلة ما مش فهمت الموضوع ولا لا؟ جاوب على السؤال.
If he has questions, I'm gonna ask him if he has questions after he tells me if he understands that.
أي سؤال أو شيء تقوله بعد ما تخلص القاضي تقدر. Yes.
Okay. Do you have questions?
عندك أي سؤال؟ أنا أنا يعني مش بالتاريخ هذا أنا كنت مريض. Basically, I called them by mistake because I was sick. See, not for يعني أنا مش بالتاريخ هذا أنا بسبب المرض.
Be careful not to say things that would incriminate
أيوة أنت ما تقول الأشياء اللي تبدأ.
So he believes he has a defense to the charge, is what it sounds like.
Yes, Your Honor.
فهمان التهمة موجهة إلي. فهمانها؟ نعم أو لا؟ أنا ما فاهم ما فاهم. مش فاهم. He said everything I don't understand.
Meaning he believes he is not guilty of the action, that there's a defense or an explanation as to what happened.
فأنت يعني معناته مش فاهمان مش راح أنت إنك مخطئ أو مذنب التهمة موجهة إليك. أنا يعني عندي ألم الآن أنا في بس not basically I'm sick and I have pain in my stomach.
I understand what you're saying. Are you looking to consider the offer, or do you want to go to trial? You want a jury to decide if you're guilty?
بدك تقبل العرض المقدم لك ولا بتحب تحطوه قدام لجنة محلفين اللي هم يقرروا الذنب عليك؟
And he can have more time and probably should have more time to speak with his attorney while we have the interpreter here, because I don't know anything about your client. I don't know what the implications of him pleading guilty could be, because there could be effects. And so those are things that we want to make sure he's aware of before he leaves here today.
Thank you.
تحدث انت بالمحامي تبعك بما انه موجود في الجمله لحتى يمكن في اشياء اخرى يمكن تاثر عليك الامتثال بالنسبه للقضيه. لا انا كان مريض بس بالمرض. بتحب تتحدث مع المحامي تبعك عن لو هو اذا شخص مريض لا يتصل ب 111.
I'm gonna go off the record so you all can talk further. I just read the affidavit of probable cause, so you should probably talk to him further, try to ascertain if you think this is a situation where he really reasonably needs to consider the offer, where if maybe there needs to be even evaluation that needs to be done. I don't know. I do know that some of the things in the affidavit of probable cause is concerning about his overall well-being. And if true, I could understand his response that he keeps giving the court.
Glad to take it back, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll hold on to the phone too. Is one, Mr. Carter, who do you have? Toledo? Okay, back on the record in the matter of Brandon Toledo, 25-03416.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
May it please the court, David P. Carter Jr. May I
Yeah,
approach?
actually, give me that file. Toledo.
Oh, thank you.
May I approach?
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I think that's what happened. I wrote this. The wrong file, that's why. Okay, so Mr. Polito is being offered to plead guilty to stalking with restitution of $1,293.26 payable to the victim, and that the people will dismiss count 2. This is destruction of the building. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And this is destruction of property. I think it's how it's charged. I do need the restitution form. It should be on a red sheet. You want to accept that offer, sir? Just raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hand down. This is an advice of rights and plea information sheet. There's 2 pages. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And you and Mr. Carter have gone over these rights, correct?
Correct.
You understand all the rights listed here?
I do.
And are you willing to give these rights up in order to enter a guilty plea to count 1 of stalking?
I do.
And you're willing to pay restitution of $1,293.26?
Yes.
You understand that you have the presumption of innocence. So that means you're innocent until you are proven to be guilty. You can take this case to trial, a jury trial, and have the prosecutor prove each element of each of the charges being brought against you. And they would have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
You have the right to remain silent at trial, and they cannot use the silence to prove or imply that you're guilty. You can waive silence and testify at your trial if you like. You have the right to cross-examine or question any witness that they call to testify against you, and the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf. You understand all of those rights that you would have to give up?
I do, Your Honor.
Is anyone coercing you to give these rights up?
No, Your Honor.
Any promises not stated here on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or on parole currently?
Currently, no, but I will be starting soon.
In which court?
Your Honor, he's got a drunk driving out of 55th District Court. It is not something that's going to result in a bond violation or a probation violation, nor with this one. They were pending at the same time.
Sorry, I switched stuff up when I gave you this file, so I'm trying to get this stuff out. Thank you. This is for Scott's file, Denali for Scott's?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, both of those should be in Scott's file until the next court date. Scott? Let me put a note in it, just hold that for now. Okay, so I do have a restitution. Okay, and so you understand that by pleading guilty to count one, it could result in a conviction that may have impact on where you can travel or get immigration status.
Yes, sir.
It also could be something that you need to report to your current employer, or you may need to put it on a future job application.
Understood, Your Honor.
As to count one of stalking, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is that because you believe you're guilty of stalking?
I do, Your Honor.
Factual basis, counsel?
Thank you. Mr. Blido, on or about November 11th of 2025, were you living in Orleans Court in the city of Lansing?
Yes,
And that's in Hingham County?
yes,
And a Tiffany Milborn also lived in that, that's in the same subdivision, isn't that correct?
that is correct.
And you and her were friends in which, in the point where you wanted a more romantic relationship with her, isn't that correct?
That is,
And she did not want that, isn't that correct?
that is correct.
Then you ended up seeing her with another male at her house, isn't that correct?
Correct.
And you kind of lost it in a way in which you continuously contacted her and let her know that you knew that and that you were upset with that. And that would have reasonably caused somebody to felt harassed, isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And actually, it did cause Tiffany to be harassed because she contacted the police. You don't dispute that, correct?
Correct.
I have nothing further.
Anything from the prosecutor?
Well, people are satisfied.
The court is also satisfied with the factual basis of finding your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. I will schedule this for a sentencing on March 24th. Does that work for you, Mr.
I
Carter?
think I'm in trial.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No, actually, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Let's see, March 24th, 9 o'clock in the morning. When you leave here, sir, you're gonna go down 1-4 to probation. You'll be checking with probation so that they can get you scheduled for a pre-sentence investigation, okay?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions at this time?
No, you-
Get your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record?
Not from the people.
Not for the defense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just wait out there.
Yeah. Don't leave. Sit out and
Okay, back on the record in the matter of Corey Buffkin. Give your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. Buffkin, who's sitting to my right.
Did your victim want to make a statement at all?
Yes, Your Honor, I have Miss Jennifer Feldtosh.
State your name for the record.
Jennifer Felton,
Spell that.
JENNIFER, Felposh, FELDACH.
Thank you.
Your Honor, real quick, may she sit? She just sprained her ankle.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
What did you want to share with the court?
I just kind of wanted to give you a little insight on the impact that this put on my family and my daughter who was there that witnessed the assault. I love my cousin. I love my baby cousins. This is drew a huge divide between my family and hers, and also my intermediate family, which he continued to cause more chaos by denying the assault. And I only ever went over there to help them, take or get groceries for the family, take things for the babies that they needed, bought stuff. I was always there helping them out, which kind of made the this a little bit more, way more personal when I was always just trying to help them out. My 8-year-old was there when it happened. She didn't witness the act of it, but she heard it. She heard the commotion. She had to run out of the house with me. He had headbutted me in my face. Luckily, within 1 second, as I seen him lunging at me, I was able to pull my head back so he didn't shatter my nose. He got my 2 front teeth. Still doing going to the dentist. I still had pain in my tooth. I couldn't eat for 3 days. For probably about another 2 weeks, I had to eat off these teeth back here. I still can't bite into an apple, something hard. I still can't use my front teeth for that. I still have another appointment to go back into my dentist. And they told me if I'm still having pain, we have to look into doing a root canal. My jaw is slightly shifted where now my teeth don't sit right together no more. If I do decide to even go forward with that, you would have to re-injure my jaw to reset my teeth. And it was just over the anger and rage that came so quickly out of really nothing. Like it's just mind blowing to me the situation even happened. But I think I just hope, he showed no remorse, and that's why I'm here today. By the way, he's went through my family, the way he's talked about it, the way he's lied about it. And because I was willing to let it go for his kids and his my cousin.
Let me just stop you so I can have clarity, because essentially most of the information I got came from the factual basis. So what I'm gathering from what you're saying is that your relationship with him was through your cousin?
Yes, my cousin Holly.
Your cousin Holly,
today?
I'm sorry,
Who is here today?
your cousin Holly is in relationship with him?
Yes,
Okay.
his kid's mother.
Okay, and so you were there to help that day?
Yeah, I
or
always would
visit?
come in and help. They would take him to get groceries.
And something happened?
Yeah, I
You
didn't
got
know,
into
like,
something
I didn't
and
really know,
he
like-
had butted you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he had took off for a couple hours, came back at 2 a.m. And my daughter was sleeping on the couch, and she had school in the morning. He was well aware we were staying there, and he thought he was gonna go sit on the couch alone with my child and turn the TV on, and she has to be up for school. And there's also previous history that I know to where I don't leave him alone with my child. I simply asked him not to do that. And that is where it spiraled. He said, I can't watch TV in my own effing house. And it spiraled from there. I went out, got my cousin. I'm not gonna go through the whole
I get it.
situation.
I'm clear.
Okay, so yeah, it's, I just feel that there needs to be some kind of consequences, and I don't feel it's simple, so I'm still ongoing with it. My daughter, I had to witness it. She was traumatized, outside crying, dealing with the cops at 2 a.m. So I just kind of wanted to, it highly impacted us and my
There's
family and
been
my
no-
child.
I'm sorry to cut you off. There's been no request for restitution, correct?
It's not been.
Okay,
I had the bill. I thought I turned it in. It got mixed up. I never got back over to get it. It was just the only part that it was like $80 for me to go in because I was already having,
There was an initial dentist appointment for $80, but the rest of the injury requires more visits and
Okay.
Yeah.
determination.
No, so something she wanted to pursue separately. Okay, anything else, ma'am?
no, I think that's it.
So thank you for sharing, and I can understand it being a difficult situation if you're, because family's involved. Anytime family's involved, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can feel free to go back to your seat too, if you would like.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Sutter.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be honest with you, a lot of this is brand new information. None of this is in the police report. None of this is mentioned by anyone. None of this is even described by the other person who was physically present there that day, who's also present here today. The actual cousin in question, Holly, is here, was there that night. None of that's something she has really described. Mr. Buckland's fully willing to accept responsibility for his role in this. I think he recognizes when tensions get high and arguments occur between family members, the answer is to not try and physically de-escalate, but to just walk away completely. I don't know how credible I personally find some of what we just heard here, because it wasn't in the police report. It wasn't told to police. A lot of this is kind of brand new now, which is interesting information and not described by the other people who were present that night.
What portions are you, because I think
Children being around, severity of injury, she declined medical attention.
it's in the affidavit of probable cause.
That there was she called a headbutting and there was.
But
potential
the
dental
mention
follow-up.
of the child being there was, and that the child didn't obviously see it, that's mentioned in the affidavit of probable cause.
A child being present on the property, yes.
Here on the couch when this happened, because
And then we just heard her say that the child didn't witness anything, and then
she did say that the child didn't.
She first said she didn't, and then she later said she did witness it.
I understood her statement that, not that the child witnessed the headbutting, but that the aftermath, because obviously there was a commotion,
Right.
you know, and her mom is arguing. So I believe, and I could be wrong, that's what my understanding was, because she had already made it clear that her child didn't see it.
Sure.
So I don't think she was changing that portion. I think she's talking about the whole commotion situation. And I can assure that her child would, if her child was there, could hear the commotion, see her fighting with someone, that could be jarring. And then obviously, I'm assuming that they're not spending time with each other anymore. That could have an effect on the child too. Not discounting it, and we're not gonna discount her.
No, absolutely. Your Honor.
Her position, because she was the only one that's given her position. If your client wants to speak, he can do that as well, but we're not gonna discount her. And I recognize it may not have been in the police report. How many times are things not in police reports? But I do have much of this, of what she's saying about what happened. It didn't say why the argument ensued. It did state that her daughter was sleeping on the couch and that there was, that he came in and woke the daughter up. There was school in the morning. That was in the affidavit.
Yes. And I don't mean to discount the way she feels about the situation. I also don't mean to underplay the role Mr. Buckin plays here. My point in saying this is I don't believe Mr. Buckin is a violent person. I don't believe that this is a pattern for him. I don't believe it's a continuing risk of pattern for him. I think he has taken away from this situation a lot of concern about his own reactions to tense situations, verbal disagreements, especially ones involving his girlfriend, who he obviously feels quite protective of, who was also involved in this. And I don't know that punishment to the extent of lengthy probation or jail is appropriate for a person like him, because I don't think it does anything for him. I think anything that he could take away from the situation in terms of improving himself and changing the way he thinks moving forward has already been accomplished by nature of what's been going on so far. As to, again, not to discount Ms. Feldpausch's comments here, she's talking about him not taking accountability. Just a reminder, Mr. Buckin is not allowed to communicate with her at all. He can't go and tell her he's sorry for anything. He's not allowed to be anywhere near her or talk with her. So he can't do
There was
anything
no
like
contact
that.
order.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that he complied.
Yes, Your Honor, he has stayed well away from her, so he can't do anything about taking accountability. And my strong advice to him every single time I talk to him is pretend she doesn't exist. Don't go anywhere near her. Don't think about her. Don't talk to her. Don't talk about her. So he can't do anything regarding remorse with her as long as this case is ongoing. To that, Your Honor, I believe he has a very limited or no criminal history. I don't think there's a history of concerns with violence with him. And I would ask the court today to consider fines for him, perhaps the $80 in restitution if the state has the receipt for that. But I don't believe more than that is going to achieve much for him or the community.
Any client want to make a statement at all? Today, let me also remind you, today would be a good day if you wanted to apologize to do that. Did you want to make a statement?
Yes. So, what happened that night, Your Honor, was so what happened that night is I came back home from work and these two were intoxicated. I don't like being around that stuff as far as people that are alcoholics. I left. I went to wherever I went and I came back home around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I grabbed the remote. I tried to turn the TV on. She came running from outside with who she was with Holly. She came running inside though. She's like, turn the TV off. I was like, I don't have to turn my TV off. You know what I'm saying? She's like, turn it off. Me being nice, I turned it off. But then when I went back to my room, I was like, you know what? I can just grab my TV, put it in my room. So when I turned the light on to get my TV, she came there arguing with me. That argument led into the room. And then we started arguing and stuff. I did end up pushing her out of the room to get away from me. I told her to leave me alone. And when I did push her, she called the cops.
So you're not, you didn't headbutt her, is what you're saying?
Right. I did put my hands on her.
But not with your head? Okay. And you didn't hit her in her mouth, is what you're saying?
No, I did not hit her.
Okay. And
I did push her.
her child was sleeping on the sofa?
Yes, her child was sleeping.
Okay. On the sofa specifically is what I'm talking.
Yes.
And so.
But at no point in time did I ever try to sit down with her daughter.
No, that wasn't what I was. I think the issue is that the child was woken up when you turned the TV on or something.
Right, it was a school night.
Got it. Okay, but this is your home.
Right.
So you're feeling like this is my home. How are you gonna tell me what to do in my home? And so because of those emotions, and I'm sure you probably were frustrated too, because they were both drunk, you didn't want to be around it. So you already left, I'm assuming, and was frustrated.
Yeah, I tried to leave.
And then came back.
And they were still awake.
And so you had some frustrations that had not been dealt with. And you came back and then was immediately met with what you felt was some aggression about where and how you enjoy the use of your home. And that would make anybody within reason upset. But when you're upset, you don't have the right to put your hands on people. And especially putting your hands on a woman that's not threatening or touching you. She hasn't touched you, that's different. And your girlfriend was present?
Yes.
Okay. And so I would imagine that if your girlfriend was present, I don't know, I wasn't there, that she wouldn't allow her cousin to put her hands on you. That's what I would imagine. And you didn't say anything about the victim putting her hands on you, but that she was yelling and in your face possibly. Is that what you felt?
Yeah. That's what. But there was like her touching me, like with her finger like this.
She touched you with her finger?
Yeah, like my wife can tell you.
Well, for what purposes?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just how she is. She's aggressive.
Okay.
It's always been like that.
Okay. And so did you ask her to leave your house?
I do not recall. I don't want to lie to this.
Yeah. I mean, because you have recourse too in your home. When you feel like you have unwanted guests, and it could, either way this went, it sounds like it was going to cause a rift to the family. Because if you had to took a different route, which would have been a more appropriate route, she's got to go. Because I don't like this interaction that we're having. And if you feel like you don't want to honor, and I think for what she said was the reason why this was so personal for her is because she feels like she's in a position where she's been helpful to you all. And this is what she said, and I'm not here to discount her her experience. That's not what we're here for. You essentially didn't take into consideration that she's been there to help. And so I don't know why she and her child were there at your home, but she felt welcome there, obviously by your significant other. And so I would agree that if there's an 8-year-old child is in a room sleeping, it's in your best interest not to be in the room where the 8-year-old child is for 0 reasons. I would agree. I don't care if it's your house. You have a responsibility to protect the child, but then to protect yourself from any appearance of anything that would make someone uncomfortable. There's no reason why if I was the mother, I would be uncomfortable with you being in there as well. I would too. So she says that's what caused her to go in there and say, I don't want you in there with my child.
She left me in the house by myself with her child. So
I don't know anything about that. What I know about is what she said now is that she's had some other issues.
Yeah.
And it could have been from that. I don't know. Or maybe something she learned after the fact. I don't know. I didn't ask her all of that. She's uncomfortable because of something that she learned, that she doesn't want you around her 8-year-old child. In general, I don't believe that women should be leaving their children or parents should be leaving their children around other people's unattended. I don't, in general, that's just a general practice. I think that will protect a lot of people in general.
Yeah.
It protects the children and it protects people from being falsely accused of things as well.
Yeah.
If they would do that, that should be a practice across the board. So I'm not discounting her experience or her concern. What I'm saying is that in your position, you had another way to handle it without putting your hands on her. She could leave if she doesn't want you in your living room because her child is there. That's reasonable. It's your living room. But you don't get to now put your hands on her because of that.
Yeah,
Because you let some frustrations build up.
it wasn't in the living room, it was in the bedroom.
I'm not saying that you put your hands on her in the living room. What I'm saying is this incident occurred because you were in your living room.
Yeah.
And so you don't get to put your hands on her because of that. You could have asked her to leave. Not saying that would have been the nicest thing to do, but you could have, because it's your house. And you can say, you gotta go. I want to watch TV in my living room, and if you don't like it, you can leave. That could happen. You see what I'm saying? There's another way to address things without you putting your hands on people. He does have a limited criminal history. The only conviction I see is from over 15 years ago. However, it's a concerning conviction. I do not believe this is a situation where fines and costs are appropriate. I believe he does need to have a term of probation. And I think he needs to do some anger management. And that's what the court's going to order. So you will do 6 months probation. While on probation, you will complete an anger management course. And I'm not going to order that you engage in testing at this time because that's not an issue before the court. I don't think that's an issue that you, even based on the statements that you said, is something that you grapple with. I think to the contrary, you didn't want them to be under the influence. So 6 months probation with anger management. You have the ability, I will give you the ability to be relieved from probation in 90 days if you complete the anger management by then. I have a form for while on probation, you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with Ms. Jennifer Feldposh. You're not to use, purchase, or possess a gun or ammunition. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol or drugs unless you have a valid prescription. Again, I'm not going to order testing at this time. And you're employed, correct?
Yeah, I work 2 jobs.
All the more reason why you felt entitled and should to be able to sit in your living room and watch TV anytime you want. It's just a better way to get there. You understand? You'll maintain employment.
Your Honor, if I may.
Who's that? You want to add more victim impact? Is that what you're stating?
Yeah.
Or you want to address something that he said? Because I'm not gonna get into that.
Right, no. Yeah, I'm already past that, but he definitely does have a problem with drugs and he's gone for the 3 hours he wasn't.
Okay,
But I just want, it is a problem.
that's not an element in the case that I have
That's why
here.
he came back so hyper reactive. It wasn't.
I can't speak to that. That's not an element in this case. If that had came up, ma'am, don't make me have to remove you for trying to talk over me. That's not an element in this case. So I'm not gonna order testing at this time. My concern is his anger management. Again, he has no alcohol or substance related convictions on his criminal history. My concern, however, though, is how he's addressing his anger. And that's based on, this is not the first time he's been charged with an assault and battery. There's also some other concerning things on his criminal history that he's very much aware of. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed plus a $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed. Probation is $30 per month. So if you do 6 months of probation, that'll be 180. But if you do half of that, it'll be $90 plus the 125. The max fines and costs is 305, but you can make monthly payments on that. Do you have any questions at this time?
305.
That's the total, but you'll be making monthly payments. If you're discharged early, you will not pay that full amount, okay? Because it's $30 per month to be on probation for oversight, okay? Do you have any other questions? You go and check in with our probation department before you leave here, and then you'll be all set. Any additional matters for the record?
Not from the people, nothing further.
Thank you. I have a Marshall White on Zoom. Why is he on Zoom?
This car broke down on the way here.
Oh, okay. Is there a witness here for
No,
that?
that'll be
matter?
in line.
Okay, Mr. White, your matter is gonna be dismissed. There was no victim here. It's dismissed without prejudice, so the people do have the right to reissue that against you, okay, sir? You're muted. You have to unmute.
Is it unmuted?
Yes,
Okay.
okay,
It's my first time using Zoom.
okay, you're all set. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You get him off before he starts driving. With the
No,
broke down
it's
car.
okay. I sent him directly down on probation myself. I don't know if he was supposed to wait for.
They'll just wait for the file anyways. That was Mr. White. Lawrence Spearman here. This is a state of Michigan versus Lawrence Spearman, 25-03434. Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Justice Straub on behalf of Mr. Lawrence Spearman, who is standing to my right.
Your Honor, the people will be nollying this case due to non-appearance of a necessary witness.
Case is dismissed without prejudice. They can reissue it within the statutory timeframe. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions?
No.
We'll get you a copy of dismissal in just a moment, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is Corey Springer here? State of Michigan versus Corey Springer, 25-01621.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Justice Straub on behalf of Mr. Springer, who is standing to my right.
Okay, this was the one where the victim was in Florida.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Under, I mean, it's the only place that's not under ice, I think, in America is probably Florida and Phoenix. But we did get notice midweek last week, and the court did advise that under the circumstances, it's not likely going to be travel. So I don't know what just happened to my computer. Oh, I think it's the interpreter. You said he was here for a show class? Which one? For got it. So this matter needs to be reset. Or was there an offer?
Your Honor, there is no offer.
March 31st at 8 a.m. March 31st at 8 a.m. That'll be the priority file. You have any questions today, Mr. Springer?
No,
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not from the people.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank
You're
you.
all set. Thank you. Let's see, is Bienvenue Gabon on here
Yes, I understand the name correctly, yes.
for show cause?
Oh, sorry, no.
On the phone.
Yes, this is Risa Miller.
Okay, you can't call into court. You have to dial in with video, or you have to come in person.
I was told that I could just call his number.
I'm not discounting what you were told. I'm telling you what you can't do. We do send instructions.
Yes, you did. And I tried to get on the Zoom website and I can't get on it. I tried.
Okay, well, the prosecutor is, I don't think you're gonna be able to leave right now. The prosecutor can try to meet with you or talk to you over the phone. If your matter's not resolved, you gotta come in person. If you're not able to operate the Zoom, which is a privilege, you have to come in person, ma'am, okay?
All right, but that I don't know what to do because now I'm just, my lawyer has all my paperwork. All it is for a ticket for my dog license. And I sent her all the paperwork.
Who is your lawyer?
Adding that, no, that's the judge.
Oh, that's definitely not your lawyer. She's my assistant, so.
And her lawyer is Jessica Straub.
You have all of her paperwork?
I do, and sent it over to Anna Buckingham first thing this morning.
Anna Buckingham has not looked at it yet.
No, I wouldn't have expected. Yeah, you should have.
Give me
three
one moment,
licenses
Your Honor.
And sign off.
Let
from
me
Anna.
just read.
She's licensed.
Yes.
However, the people will be dismissed in this case.
Okay, the people are gonna dismiss your case. You're all set, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. to the interpreter.
Do I need to do anything else?
Nope, you can just hang up, and the case is all set.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. The interpreter is free to go. We don't have, the defendant did not appear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I gotta find the file. Files. Thank you. Is it someone in Florida? Yeah. Am I missing something? 303 29 31. State of Michigan versus James Ward, 23-01772. James Ward here.
Mr. Ward's here, he's coming right now, and I've got some paperwork for the court.
Cody Laughlin. Okay, so this was the date scheduled for a jury trial. And I see that there was been an offer of disorderly jostling. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then Mr. Ward, you want to plead guilty to disorderly jostling? Show your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury. Okay, Mr. Ward, you have the right to take this matter to jury trial, the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, the right to have the prosecutor prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that? You have the right to see, hear, or question any witness called to testify against you. We did have witnesses here, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
Okay. The right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. The right to remain silent or testify at your trial if you like. You understand all of those rights that you would have to waive? Is anyone coercing you to give these rights up? Anyone making any promises to get you to plead guilty? Any promises not stated here on the record? Are you on probation or on parole? You understand that pleading guilty could result in a conviction that you might need to put on a future job application, or you might have to report the conviction to your current job. It could also have an impact on where you can travel or get immigration status. As to disorderly person jostling, how do you plead? Is that because you believe you're guilty? Factual basis.
Thank you. Is it true that on or about May 15th of 2023, you were present at or near, apologize, I just lost the address in this, 1112 Borden Ave in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yeah.
And is it true that at that time you were present with another person named Christopher Price?
Yeah.
And is it true that while you were present with him, you did jostle or roughly crowd him?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Clerk is also satisfied with the factual basis. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Any objection to immediate sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Did your victim want to make a statement?
No. Okay, no, Your Honor.
Okay, I just need to get his criminal history.
Sure.
You can have a seat. Your victim's free to go if he'd like, or you're free to stay. Let's see here. Robert Watkins. Present.
Yes, ma'am.
State of Michigan versus Robert Watkins, 25-02090.
Straddles in the hallway.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, Mr. Raleigh needs to speak to someone? Maybe? Mr. Raleigh, did you need to speak to somebody?
Yes, Miss Laughlin, please.
Yeah, she's a dog license.
Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Jessica Strong on behalf of Mr. Robert Earl Watkins Jr., who is standing to my right.
Okay, today was a date set for a jury trial, and then there's also a bond violation. How are we proceeding?
We are pleading today, Ron. We are pleading to a disorderly jostling under MCL 750.167 and to the PA 53 violation.
It looks like there's more than one PA 53 violation.
We had one in our documents.
Nice. Let's see. Maybe they're around the same time. I think that's probably the 6th and the 7th. Let's see. Okay. There was one, they think they're both from the 6th. One was allegations that he was at the property getting clothing. And the other, also on the 6th. Allegations with that. The alleged victim stated that he showed up to a resident, was kicking on her back door, stating that he was going to kick it in. And he also went over to her window and knocked on it. That he was screaming and threatened her, stating he was going to destroy her property.
That is the PA 53 I have record of, Your Honor.
So here's the thing with the non-in-custody PA 53s. When the court sends it to me, they CC the prosecutor. Which one is he supposed to be pleading to? Both? I'm not concerned about him picking up the picking up clothes.
We only contemplated the property, the second. Your
The
Honor.
second one? Okay, the allegations, okay. And so he wants to plead guilty to disorderly jostling and the second violation that alleged he was threatening to destroy her property.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You have an advice of rights there, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. He's also executed.
I'm sorry?
He's also executed it.
You can, okay.
We've already provided it to. That's probably my fault, Dave. That's probably moved that turn. I just laid it up there.
Definitely lost.
I apologize. That's my fault. I'm so sorry, Dave.
Tornado.
We're still doing final pre-trial, so, and it's 10:30. Okay, let's see. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury. You can take your hand out of your pocket and put your hands down. Thank you. And so you have executed this advice of rights, which tells you that you have the right to be presumed innocent until you are proven to be guilty. You understand that? You have the right to proceed to trial and require the prosecutor to prove each element of the charges being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt before you're considered guilty. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness that's called to testify against you, the right to present witnesses that will testify on your behalf, or to present evidence that show a defense to the charge that's being brought against you, and you can maintain silence at trial and they can't use it against you, or you can waive your silence and testify if you like. You understand that? Anyone threatening you to get you to give all of these rights up? Any promises extended to you to get you to give these rights up? Are you on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that by pleading guilty, it could become a conviction that you need to report to your current or future job. It also could have impact on where you can travel. You might want to go on vacation and they say, we don't let people with misdemeanors here. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of disorderly jostling, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You also have a bond violation that you were arraigned on, it looks like, back on November 7th. That on or about November 5th into the late hours, early hours of November 6th, that you were allegedly at the area of 611 North Pine Street in violation of your bond conditions, that you made contact with the protected party and allegedly made threats to destroy her property. You have the right to have a hearing on that today and have testimony and evidence be brought forth to establish your guilt as to that violation. How do you want to plead for that?
For the PPP violation. Relative to the disorderly jostling, Your Honor, is it true, Mr. Watkins, that on July 13th of 2025 at 503 East Edgewood Boulevard in Ingham County?
Yes, ma'am.
And on that day, at around 2 a.m., were you engaged in jostling or roughly depriving a police officer?
Yes.
And didn't this conduct constitute you being a disorderly person?
Any questions on the
Underlying people are satisfied. Relative to the PPP violation, Your Honor, is it true, Mr. Watkins, that on November 6th of 2025, around 7:11 a.m., you went to Alicia Braxton's home at 611 Pine Street?
Yes, ma'am.
And is her home located in Ingham County, Lansing, Michigan? And weren't you ordered by this court to maintain no contact with Ms. Braxton?
Yes, ma'am.
And didn't you threaten Ms. Braxton with destruction of her property at that time?
I didn't threaten her. She just said that she told me come get her clothes, come get my clothes. So I came over to get my clothes, and she said I was doing all that stuff.
You knocked on the door.
I did not.
You knew you weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, I did.
You got set up
Yes,
on
I
the
did.
trap.
Yes, I did, man. I did. I did.
Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You're satisfied.
Affirming your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made, and finally factual basis on both the PA 53 and the underlying charge to be sufficient. You said we have a victim here or no?
Your Honor, we do not have the victim for the PA 53.
Okay, sentencing is March 31st. Aren't they the same victim?
No, the attempt, or no, was the underlying charge.
Oh,
And Officer Markham is no longer with LPD based on the representation.
Got it.
He did not.
Wait, I'm confused.
The underlying charge was a domestic violence. That was dismissed. So Miss Braxton was the protected party from that in the bond violation. She did not appear today. The charge we were going forward on for the trial was the attempt to resist obstruct with Officer Markham.
Dismiss count to the victim failed to appear. I see that from the victim. Okay.
That being said, we wouldn't object to immediate sentencing if you're on.
No issue. You can have a seat while I get your criminal history. Yes. Mr. Ward, is he and his attorney still here? Ward's still thick. Say.
Yeah, I know you called Mr. Wars. He stepped out of the bathroom very quickly.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, that's weird. Mr. Riley, you ready on?
Be ready to proceed until we walk.
Oh, okay. Let's see. And then wait a minute, let me see who else they have here waiting. Did we just did walk-ins and we're waiting for criminal history. Is Tamara Young here?
Do not believe so, Your Honor. I have not seen this.
Miss Webb Kamagad. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. She is present.
I'm sorry, let me just a moment, Miss Wu.
Miss Webb Kamagad at the 8:30s.
State of Michigan versus Fedaheen Web Kamagad. This is 25-03815 appearance.
Hannah Buckingham for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Miss Webb Kamagad, who's standing to my right.
Okay, this was a pretrial for assault and battery. Was there an offer at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, and the people are offering disorderly person jostling.
Final pretrial, or does she want to accept it this time?
She would like to keep it in mind and continue to final pretrial for now.
Final pretrial February 17th at 8 a.m. Jury trial March 3rd. February 17th, 8 o'clock in the morning, in person at the court for final pretrial, and then jury trial March 3rd, 8 a.m. also in person at the court. Okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, thank you.
Any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor, the victim in this matter did appear this morning. Would it be okay with you if he appeared by Zoom for the final pretrial?
Was the victim's her son?
Yes.
That's fine.
Thank you.
They both get a fair piece.
They both can, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Watkins still here?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Still go back on the record on him. Okay, we're back on the record for you, Mr. Watkins. Mr. Watkins. I got your criminal history here. He has no convictions. You can just record.
Your Honor, Mr. Watkins is readily accepting the responsibility for his actions. He understands where he has gone wrong, and he has since dedicated himself to working very hard for his children and moving forward with this matter. We would ask the court, relative to the fact that he has no convictions, as well as the fact that he has rededicated his life to working hard, supporting his family, that the court would show some leniency today, and specifically would issue no jail time. People will defer to the court.
Thank you. Mr. Watkins, although has no convictions, he's dodged several bullets.
I'm trying to stay out of trouble, Your Honor.
Not saying you've been out of all trouble. You didn't been here before.
I haven't been here before.
More than twice.
I have.
You gotta make a better decision about how you're going to move forward with yourself before one of these stick. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
This isn't the first time you've been charged with the domestic violence. and recognize the victim in the peer. I don't know what happened in the previous matter. You had some other interactions. I will also state that these other interactions are definitely 20 years ago. And then only recently having had these two situations. But then while you're out on bond, you take the bait and you show up, and then you get 911 calls on you. You gotta do better.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
Have no desire to supervise him on probation. Your fine is $300. When are you gonna pay?
I can pay at the beginning of next month. Give me time to get everything together.
You're gonna pay the full amount.
Yes. I can pay about an 8, Your Honor. Yeah, February 8th, my birthday is in February, so give me time.
I don't know if you pay within 30 days. Any additional matters in the record?
Yes, yes, Your Honor, sorry about that. Mr. Watkins does still have a tether from.
He's gotta go have that removed.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters?
Not from the people. Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set. What happened to Abdul Rasul?
With one of our social workers.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Is Augie Green here?
You know, I haven't seen him this morning. I tried calling last week and again this morning, haven't been able to get through. I knew he was in custody at some point. I don't know if he still is. If he is, I can't find where. If he's not, I can't go with him.
And he had a 25. Yeah, cash surety bond.
He's been
On
transferred around a
both.
few different places. I can't find where he currently is, if he's anywhere.
Running out of our jail somewhere. See how he could go, not supposed to bond. Yeah. 25,000 cash surety on both. He was arraigned on January 10th. Bond, it was a cash surety, but the jail must have PR'd him the 15th. He's out, turned into a PR.
Do I have a moment to discuss with the broker? Dog license.
I'm sorry?
May I speak with a broker dog license?
Okay. I'm calling his case first. Okay, arguing is gonna get a venture because he didn't appear. Let's see, this is the state of Michigan versus Polly Laughlin, 26-00011. Appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Laughlin, who's appearing by Zoom.
Ms. Laughlin had a dog license.
Your Honor, the people will be dismissing this case after representation that she has licensed the dog.
Okay, it's dismissed. You're all set, Ms. Laughlin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's representing Mr. Trevino? Then I have a Casey Sandling Lippert here. And is Brittany Holtz here?
I left a voicemail for Brittany Holtz. I haven't heard back from her.
Representing Casey Sandling Lippert?
I'm here.
That's you. Oh, sorry, that's me. Your Honor, I haven't had the opportunity to speak with her. I left a voicemail yesterday, but I hadn't heard back. I might have a brief moment to speak with her.
We were waiting for Mr. Ward to come back. Is that what was going on?
You were waiting for criminal history of Mr.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, and yeah, he went down to the bathroom. I think he might be back out in the hall now.
Yeah, go ahead first.
Do you want us to counsel table, Your Honor? Do you want word about counsel table?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go back on the record. State of Michigan versus James Ward. I do have his criminal history, and I believe the victim did not wish to make a statement and he's since left. You can make allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Ward a fair amount early on in this case about his situation, what's going on with him. He is another individual whom I think he takes this very seriously. I think he acknowledges his role in raised tensions between him and a neighbor regarding disagreement over a third person completely. He has been removed completely from that situation. He's no longer anywhere near the complaining witness here, no longer involved with the people who own the location he was at, no longer involved. Those folks are no longer involved with the complaining witness here, Mr. Price. Again, I don't know that this is a person for whom probation does much for him. I would ask the court here to consider fines and costs if the court's inclination is instead to ask him to do something in terms of showing the court here the seriousness of which the situation calls for. I would ask the court to consider perhaps a non-reporting probation to complete either community service or an anger management class.
Did he share with you his criminal history at all?
I've looked up some of it on iChat and he has shared a little bit of it, Your Honor.
Quite robust. He's an absolute candidate for at least probation. Like you are in a situation where you just attack your neighbor and I'm supposed to say, oh, do some community service.
Or the anger management classes. I know that's likely the court's bigger.
Has he
concern.
done anger management in the past?
I haven't asked him. Have you ever previously done anger management? He does not believe so.
When's the last time you had a substance abuse assessment?
I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2022.
2 years at least.
Yeah.
He has his criminal history is laden with assaultive and substance-related convictions.
Yes, Ms. Buckingham just indicated to me she thinks 2019 is the last assessment.
2019?
Yes, that's what she just
That
indicated.
was the last charge of the substance abuse.
Okay. did 2 years of probation in circuit court in 2022. So you would have come off probation about a year before this election today. For an assaulted crime. So something's going on. And I recognize that the neighbor said that this is something that had never happened before, but something triggered or snapped, something happened. And that is the concern that the court has. I'm going to order that he undergoes a substance abuse assessment. Yes. I'm putting him on probation. I just want the form. I don't need a sentencing date. Okay. Six months probation. He'll undergo a substance abuse assessment and follow all recommendations. Also needs to complete anger management group. Are you employed?
Time right now, I'm trying to get back full time, but
You're working part-time, you said?
yeah,
Okay. Where?
that's lawn care.
And you're working during this season?
No removal.
Oh.
Sorry.
You still are neighbors with Christopher Price?
Excuse me?
Are you still neighbors with the?
No.
Okay. So no contact with, I'm sorry?
I haven't seen you since.
Okay, so no contact is not an issue.
I believe the property in question that he was looking at was sold about a month or two after this incident in 2023.
Right.
Yeah. The 11/14.
You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to use, purchase, or possess firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance. You will be required to submit to random preliminary drug testing and your analysis testing, and you have to pay the cost to that, okay? You're not to be at any bars or nightclubs while on probation. You're gonna do anger management group and maintain employment, provide evidence of that to probation. Do you have any questions at this time? This is $75 crime victim rights fee plus a $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed. Probation is $30 per month for oversight fees. So that's $180. Your total fines and costs, $305. You'll be able to make monthly payments on that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold that just in case we need to send it somebody else today. Let's see. You'll check in with probation before you leave here today. Do you have any questions at this time? Any additional matters for the record?
Not from the people, nothing further.
Thank you. And then, who's representing Mr. Trevino?
That's Mr. Wall.
Perfect. Are we ready in Trevino?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, or Lippert?
Lippert,
You're gonna go log in?
yes.
Okay. And are you waiting for a court date, sir? What's your name?
I've spoken with him. He's ready to go. It's set for final pretrial.
No offer? Rashad Arnold?
No, Your Honor.
February 24th at 8 o'clock in the morning will be your final pretrial. Jury trial, March 24th. March 24th for jury trial, also at 8 a.m. We'll get your notice to appear, okay, sir? You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Do you mind if I grab that notice to appear from him?
I don't think she printed it yet. And sir, are you waiting for a court date?
No, I have a dog license.
Well, then you're waiting for a court date.
No,
It'll be.
it's my last court date.
That's what I'm saying. You're waiting to address your issue. So this is the one you wanted to speak to?
We're gonna discuss.
Who is this?
Penman.
Penman? You're moving to dismiss?
Yes, sir.
You're all set, sir. Okay, Lakeisha Davis not here. Didn't pay her the money, my son. Lindsay Hall didn't appear. Make sure. This was been a V. BNB. I don't know. We're just gonna say they failed to appear though, and failure to pay. Jeremiah Scott has 2 show causes. You're representing Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Ray in custody? Oh, downstairs. Got it. Who represents Ray? Do we know? I don't have an appearance in the file, so I don't know. Is that Ms. Sutter's file?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Dominic Trevino, 25-03820, appearance.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Justin Straub on behalf of Mr. Dominic Trevino, who is here via Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Trevino had a domestic violence pretrial today. Is there an offer being extended right now?
There is no offer at this time.
Final pretrial?
February 24th at 8 a.m.
February 24th, 8 o'clock in person at the court for final pretrial. Okay, Mr. Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor. That sounds good.
March 31st. Jury trial, March 31st at 8 o'clock in the morning, also in person at the court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I do not.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Have we seen Maurice Gary here?
He's on hold.
Whose client is it?
Here is Sutter.
All right, I didn't get through my search fast enough, Your Honor.
Trevino, you're free to go.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you.
Was,
It's Mr. Maurice Gary.
okay.
And then once I forward an email to Ms. Buckingham, we'll be ready on this.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Maurice Gary, 26-00002, appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Gary, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Gary has a pretrial for 2 counts of assault and battery. We have an offer being extended now.
No offer at this time. We would request a final free trial.
I would concur.
Final pretrial, February 24th at 8 AM. Jury trial, March 31st at 8 AM. February 24th, 8 AM in person at the court is your final pretrial date, okay? You're gonna have it, I'm sorry? Here, yep, same place. Jury trial, not done yet. You're gonna be scheduled for jury trial right now for March 31st, also at 8 AM, okay? We're gonna get you a notice to appear that states those times, okay? You have any questions? You're all set. Okay, State of Michigan versus Casey Sandlin Lippert, 26-00014, appearance, please.
Anna Buckingham for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Sandlin Lippert, who joins us via Zoom.
Did you receive the email?
Yes, Your Honor, the people will be requesting a dismissal at this time. The dog has been licensed.
Dismissal is granted. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then we can bring up Lanier Ray. From custody. And then, I don't know what's gonna go on with Abdul Rasul was sold. Yeah, that was for walking style. Can you speak to the prosecutor on that one? On Mr. Ray's matter.
We're just on the plea sheet right now, Your Honor, and then yes, we are.
Very good. And then what are we doing with Mr. Abdul-Rasul?
Your Honor, we can proceed on that. We're gonna be nolling.
They're dismissing the case.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Actually, it's cheesecake.
Good for you.
I don't.
He said he just was what? Steak?
Cheesecake.
I'm done.
Call that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the gentleman sitting in the gallery. That's an. Yep.
Friday.
Yeah, Your Honor. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
On the record in the matters of the state of Michigan versus Lanier Ray, I have 25-00396 and 25-03603 appearances, please.
Anna Buckingham.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Ray, who's stating to my right.
Mr. Ray was scheduled for a trial today on both files. I think they're both for breaking and entering without owner permission. There's an offer for him to plead guilty on file number ending in 396, and the people will dismiss the remaining and credit time, so correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Correct.
You want to accept that?
Yeah.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hand down. Okay, you have the right to proceed to jury trial and the right to the presumption that you are innocent and the right to require the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you, or you can waive your silence and testify at your trial if you like. The right to cross-examine any witness called to testify against you, and the right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
And you're willing to give up those rights in order to plead guilty to breaking and entering in file number ending in 396? Anyone threatening you to get you to plead guilty? Any coercion to get you to waive your rights? Are you on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that by pleading guilty, it could result in a conviction that you might need to put on a future job application, or you may need to report a conviction to your current job.
Yes.
It also could have impact on where you can travel or get immigration status. Do you understand that?
Yes.
As to breaking and entering without owner's permission, how do you plead?
Yes.
It's not because you believe you're guilty.
Yes.
Actual business.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ray, is it true that on or about February 7th, 2025, you were present at or near 1151 Dorchester Circle, apartment 201?
Yes.
And is that in the city of Lansing, Indian County, Michigan?
Yes.
And is it true that that is an apartment that you entered without the permission of the owner?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
people are satisfied.
I'm also satisfied with the factual basis. I found your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. It looks like on December 29th, your bond was amended to 510% credit time. So, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you. We have this for the file.